Peace be with you. I'm making this video and I'm calling it, the topic is being real, basically. When I was young, we used to call it being about it. I don't know what kids call it these days, but it's all the same concept. It's about being real. It's about doing what you say, being who you say you are. This was always important. Actually, this is valued even if you're not in faith, even if you're not a Muslim or whatever. I remember when I was young, when I was running the streets, being real was a compliment. Being real, when somebody says that you're real, that was a real compliment, That means that people believed you are what you say you are. So, whichever way you turn it, being real is a mark of manhood, of womanhood. So this is what you want to be no matter what you are. But in religion, in faith, if you claim to be a Muslim, if you actually claim this, then this being real is way more important than you can imagine. Right in the beginning of the Quran, God identifies three groups of people: the believers, the disbelievers, and people who are not real, fakers. God says in the Quran, this is right in the beginning of the second chapter, God says, this book, there is no doubt in it, is a guide for those who are careful of their duty, those who believe in the unseen and keep up prayer and give out of what we have given them, and those who believe in what has been revealed to you and what has been revealed before you, and they are certain of the hereafter. These are on the right course from their Lord, and these will be successful. Then there are those who disbelieve. So these are the believers. God identifies believers here. Gives some of their characteristics. They pray, they give charity, they believe, right? They believe in all scriptures, and these will be successful. Then God says, surely those who disbelieve, whether you warn them or not, they will not believe. God has put a seal over their hearts and their hearing, and there is a covering over their eyes, and they will have a painful punishment. So here God says, those who disbelieve, don't waste your time on them. They will not believe. You cannot convince them to believe. And as a former atheist myself, I can vouch for that 100%. There is nobody in a million years that could have made me believe. And the fact that I am where I am today is a miracle. It is true proof of how God changes hearts. I was not convinced to become a believer by man. I was turned in one day by something that was more powerful than me. But that's what God says. So there are believers, there are disbelievers. These people are not fake either. Disbelievers are not fake. They say, I disbelieve. They ain't pretending. They're not cowards. So believers are not fake. Disbelievers are not fake. And then God describes the third group, the fake people. People who pretend to be Muslims. And this is the worst group. This is more despicable to God than people who claim to disbelieve. They will both have a painful punishment, but God says for the hypocrites, for the fakers, is the lowest part of hell. So God says, then there are those among people who say, we believe in God in the last day, but they are not at all believers. They seek to deceive God and those who believe, but they deceive only themselves while they do not perceive. There is a disease in their hearts. So God has increased their disease, and they will have a painful punishment because they lied. When they are told, do not spread corruption in the earth, they say, but we're peacemakers. But no, they themselves are the corruptors, but they do not perceive. And when they are told believe as the people believe, they say, oh, we're going to believe like the fools believe, but they themselves are the fools, but they do not know. And when they meet those who believe, they say, we believe. But when they're alone with their devils, they say, surely we are with you, we were only mocking. God will pay them back for their mockery, and he leaves them alone in their disobedience, blindly wandering. These are those who buy error for the right direction, so their bargain will bring them no gain, nor are they followers of the right direction. Their parable is like a parable of the one who kindled a fire, and then it will And then when it illuminated all around him, God took away their light and left them in utter darkness, so they cannot see. Deaf, dumb, and blind, so they will not turn back. So this is what God says about fake people. And these people exist, and it is our job to look in the mirror and say, am I fake? It is the most despicable characteristic, even if you're not religious. But it is infinitely more despicable if you are, or if you pretend to be religious. If you say, I believe in God in the last day, but then you don't do anything about it, you're fake. You're just fake. If I do the same thing, I'm fake. Because we all know if we try, and I'm not saying, you have a person and they claim to believe, but then they make a mistake. They lose their temper, or they don't realize, or they make a mistake. This is not the same as being fake. Fake is you say, but you don't. You say you believe in God in the last day, but you're not putting forth any effort. You do not read the book. You do not pray. You do not do the easy things. You're fake. You don't really believe it. You know you don't. And if you do believe it and you ain't doing it, then you're stupid. You can either be stupid or fake if you're in that position. But this is what God says about it. These people, when you tell them, believe as the people believe, truly believe, do these things, they say, man, that's stupid, that's outdated. That don't apply to me. They make mockery of what God revealed. Although they claim to believe, they say it's outdated. You ain't even read it, fool. How can you know it's outdated when you didn't even read it? And when you tell them, don't spread corruption in the earth, they say we're peacemakers. And I understand some of these people have good intentions. They think that, whatever is popular in society these days is a good thing. So, sometimes they will spread corruption in the name of tolerance or some crap like that. But they are the corruptors. You're spreading corruption. So that's what God says. You can pretend to believe, you can truly believe, or you can be a disbeliever. 2 out of 3 are real, even though one of them is on the wrong path. But I think those people who claim to disbelieve, who profess it, they have a chance. Those who are fake, they don't have a chance, because you see what God says at the end. He gives you a little bit of light and then he takes it away. And then he leaves you in your disobedience. This is what God says. When you fake, you're disobedient. You claim to be a Muslim, but you're disobedient. So he leaves you in your disobedience, deaf, dumb, and blind, so you won't turn back. If you're not about that life, don't claim it. Don't make it difficult on those who are true believers, those who don't lie, those who don't cheat, those who don't steal, those who are humble and kind and who are trying to be. Because when you make that claim that you're a Muslim, but you spread corruption in the earth, you hurt people, you are basically lying about God. You are distributing your faults, your crimes on people who are innocent of them by association. So at least give yourself a chance that God will turn your heart by not pretending to believe. Don't be fake. Be real. No matter what direction you chose, be real. So that's really all I wanted to say. The importance of being real cannot be understated. So good luck to everybody.